All right, good. Well, actually, I was afraid you were going to leave the one done and one undone. I was going, hey, that would be actually funnier.
No braids.
No braids.
The
That's
audience
it.
agreed. No braids. Okay, I was trying to find our little description that we were looking for, but somehow my Google Assistant got activated, and it caught me saying, I don't like when it starts asking me that question, because that's when things start screwing up. And it said, sorry, I don't understand.
That's what it said?
Yes.
Well, then, and listen, now what I would do is I would clearly blame the staff for that. That's not your fault at all.
That was the staff's fault.
It is funny, though. Clearly, you didn't like that. So, well, hey, we got a new episode.
We got a new episode.
We got a new episode
hey guys,
today.
Episode 12.
12? Yeah. And for...
Doce.
Is that
That's
right?
12 in Spanish.
Okay. Well, I figured in Spanish. I just I never counted that high. They only taught us to 10. That was it. So
well,
yeah.
So
we're gonna be something other than butt tenders today.
we're going to be investing in some oil.
I love that idea. Oil
We're
investors.
in Oklahoma. I mean, where better to do it, right?
Exactly. There's probably an oil pump right outside the studio. So
It's literally in the backyard.
yeah, I can hear it.
Yeah. But before we get into that, I feel like we need to smoke a little bit. You
We
know,
do.
kind of get this.
Well, they
The
provided
oil-
us with something pretty good today too.
I was going to try and make a really bad joke, and it just didn't come to me on time.
When you do that, just let me know. I'll just interrupt you.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. Well, I think we got something from our friends at Heartland today.
Heartland, yes.
Yep, Heartland Farms. This one I had never heard of.
I had not either.
Garlic cocktail.
Garlic cocktail.
Yum. It's kind of like me and blue cheese. I'm going, I don't know if I want to put garlic in this, but...
Yeah, just like what cocktail would call for garlic?
Well, maybe it's the mixture because it's actually the parents are mimosa, a great sativa, and GMO, our favorite indica. So we had to try this. It's listed as like a 70-30 indica. We found that very, very quickly we were pretty happy and very chill.
She's busty. We even talked about this last night.
That's right. I forgot about that because she is busty too. We tried it last night, and boy, you feel that one right in your chest. And the more you smoke it, she's pretty busty. But it's
good,
really,
but it is busty.
It's a great flower though.
So garlic cocktail, yeah, he's GMO and mimosa, like two of the most random strains you could pick to mix together. Because GMO, as the cross name explains, is very garlicky. It is funky, funk town.
Boy, you feel it.
And mimosa is very sweet and like citrusy and kind of bright tasting.
And you can taste it. And it was funny because the first time I broke it out, we showed it to JD. That's the first thing he smelled was the mimosa. And I just don't have the ability to break it down like that, but you can taste it.
You sure can. And honestly, this was one when I opened the jar and smelled it, I could fully smell an equal part of both strains.
Yeah.
It was insane.
Yeah.
So,
thank you, Harlan.
We figured we would read, every time we get a new strain that we haven't tried before, we always look it up, see what other, websites, what other people are saying about it. And this was one that we were just really curious about.
Very, yeah.
So from our friends at Allbud, which is personally my favorite place to get strain information, because I think it's usually written by just like patrons, just like random people that have tried it.
I'm moderately sure this one was.
So we're going to read it to you because it really, really got us going yesterday. And I would say every bit of it is accurate, like to a T. So garlic cocktail, as he said, is an indica-dominant hybrid strain, 70-30, so 70% indica, 30% sativa, created through crossing the delicious GMO and mimosa strains. I did not include delicious, they did.
It was them.
Again, named for its delicious flavor and celebrity parentage, garlic cocktail is the perfect heavy hitter for any indica lover. Gotta take another hit real quick. Give me a sec.
Indica lover, I will agree with that. And it doesn't wait around to come see you either. It starts visiting pretty quick too.
Immediately.
Yeah.
It automatically makes my face feel so fuzzy.
It's the same thing as last night. I start talking to you and I realize I have like a Joker smile on my face. I'm going, this is
A little
pretty
bit uncanny.
Well, okay, it's busty and smiley.
Okay, so continuing, like its name suggests, garlic cocktail has a heavy herbal garlic flavor with a punch of citrusy tangerine upon exhale. I would agree with that. The aroma is just as delicious, third time, delicious, with a notably garlicky overtone accented by sour tangerines, spicy dank, and rich anise.
Which was a nice add-on, but
Spicy dank.
You can't beat spicy dank. That should be the end of the sentence right there.
Spicy dank. That is the most accented by spicy dank. Absolutely.
And
Yes.
the funny thing is, we read it each time after we've already smoked some, and it's just perfect.
Keeps getting better. The garlic cocktail high will hit you a few minutes after your first toke.
No, and I didn't write that toke. It's from the 70s.
Soaking into your brain with a sense of happy calm. You'll feel blissful and uplifted, completely free of any bad moods or negative thoughts.
None.
Completely.
None.
There will be no negative thoughts,
Completely.
no bad moods, not allowed. Your mind will settle into a state of calm that's accompanied by creativity and sociability galore.
Sociability galore.
Galore.
Yeah, that's a problem we don't always have, but we're going to be extra today, I think.
You know what I haven't realized until this moment? How much I love the word galore.
Galore.
Like, I feel like I use it a fair amount. I like
Maybe
to use
more.
I like to use words like that,
Yeah.
but galore.
Obviously, they did too.
They do. And we're still going, guys. This
Well,
isn't
you
the
gotta
end.
get the end of
There's
this.
still like a third of the paragraph left. A physical relaxation will accompany this heady boost, helping you to stretch out and relax without too much sedation. Combined with its super high 30 to 30% average, which I don't think ours is that high, but
Yeah,
I don't think it needs to be.
Well, it doesn't need to be higher than it is now.
No. 26% is what ours
Yeah,
is, which
yeah.
that is perfectly
Right on the
okay.
money. Right on the money.
These effects make garlic cocktail a great choice for experienced suffering from conditions such as chronic pain, inflammation, cramps, muscle spasms, arthritis, and chronic stress. I know that's the important stuff, but it's the like least fantastical stuff.
Yeah.
This bud has fat, conical, minty green nugs with long, thin orange hairs and tiny white crystal trichomes. Period. That's the end.
I'm going to think that this person, man or woman, really enjoyed this flower.
The effects, calming, creative. They were smoking this whenever they wrote this. They
Creative
had
as
to
hell.
have been creative as hell. They pulled out every adjective, every descriptive word they could find, and they used it in the best way possible.
So what I'm gonna challenge you to do the next time we work together and you show this flower, if you can say spicy dank, and not lose it, and then and smoke it first.
Yeah.
Then honestly, you're gonna get a gold star because that is really hard.
I'm gonna try. And you know
Spicy
what?
dank.
The only descriptor that I think they left out is busty.
Busty.
It's busty.
We're gonna feel it here too. Yeah.
It is busty.
I noticed too though that. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna ask you what you're smoking about today.
Oh.
I nearly forgot.
Two things, I think. One, and they're both here on the table. I really came in today just pretty open. I was a blank canvas today. You know, whatever happened, we're good. You mix this in, I'm not allowed to have one single bad thought, right? Or
Not
any
allowed.
It's not allowed.
You'll go to jail.
And yeah, and I'm on the edge of that always anyway. So
Yeah.
honestly, if I had a problem when I walked in, considering the fact that I'm not allowed to have any, I don't have any problems. I mean, you know, hell, it's going to be hot as hell outside today.
Yeah.
And honestly, the other part is I was excited because I'm excited about making some money. I heard that we're going to be putting pod show money into oil stocks or some sort of thing.
Yeah. We're going to be investing. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Well, what about you?
Well, pretty much the same. It's been a fairly good day. I'm just happy to be here. That's about it.
And we don't work today.
We don't work today. We're
For
both
the money
off
job,
work.
no.
That
Wait.
almost never happens.
Yeah,
but
I know.
Oh, my shoulder has been killing me. And honestly, I'm not aware of it right now. So I guess that helped with it. And I just wasn't even thinking about it.
I don't hurt anywhere.
That's good.
I know. That's really something. That's the shoulder that went on the ground? Hit the ground?
Maybe. It just started hurting the past day or two, though.
Yeah.
I don't know. But
I watched
it feels better now.
Tackle somebody. So
A linebacker.
a linebacker. Very, very no. Healthy, big linebacker.
Big
Sorry about
chested.
that, Stormy.
Big-chested linebacker.
Busty. Luckily, we're not going to let you smoke any of this garlic cocktail.
No.
I would say, though, they need to put that one out in their pre-rolls. Because Harley's got pre-rolls. You and I had a black guava or something. It seems like it was really good, but
this one needs to be in a pre-roll.
This needs to be in the lineup for sure.
Like all we did was share that bowl. Normally I'd smoke a bowl to myself. Like when it's just me, I'm smoking that whole thing.
Yeah.
I don't think I would have needed to. I would have, but I wouldn't have needed
it. Luckily I put the tray with extra grind up ready to go. So at any moment I may fill that while we're investing in oil. So
investing in oil. Well, I guess we should start investing or start informing our audience about the investing of oil.
Yeah,
now,
they're not expecting that when they turn into Smokin and Jokin.
No, they are not expecting talk about stocks and like
these guys are going to show us how to fracking. God dang it. It just pisses me off when I don't think of those. That's a really, really good one. Well, fracking's a good thing to get into, but I so we're going to...
I'm sorry, guys. It's just too topical.
So when you turn
on
Smokin and Jokin, though, now they get to learn about new products. They get to watch us smoke weed, and they can invest. So this is an educational one. But it really is. I mean, all kidding aside, this is actually a pretty educational episode.
I know. And we were not planning it, really. It just happened upon us. And so just bear with us, I guess.
Yeah, but actually, we do, believe me, we prepared.
Yeah.
But do you, on that very first one, can I tell them why that we picked that today?
Please do.
You know, look, I got to tell you, she and I have loved Apothecary since, we've been in this. They've been around forever.
They've literally been at that store as long as I've been going in.
Yeah, and they've got stores all over the state. I believe every one of their stores in Oklahoma and at least 3 in Colorado have started following the podcast and our Instagram.
Which is so insane.
And we really appreciate that very, very much because you guys know what you're doing and probably more than we do. But that's why we wanted to start with this one. We really appreciate it. It's one of our favorites. Is that a fracking tool or some sort? I mean, for the love.
It's to drill into the earth. I mean, as he was talking, I started opening this up.
Here's what we're doing.
We're going into syringes today. This is if you're first getting into weed, you might not know about syringes, but they are a very, very incredible product. Very versatile.
Very.
And incredible for people that deal with, intense chronic pain or really like anything. It's good for so many medicinal purposes. But I just opened this up. This is what most of the syringes look like. Little 1 gram syringe of oil. This one is from Apothecary Extracts. It's their Ambrosia HTFSE syringe. I'll get into that in a minute.
Yeah, I have trouble with the letters.
This I was not expecting. Now, it looks like a straight up needle. It is not. There's no sharp end. I want to say this is probably for if you're making like your own gummies to be able to inject it in a more controlled manner. But it's not for that kind of injecting.
When we were coming up with the episode title, there was some points where I was talking about syringes and and we just thought it sounded so bad. And the first one comes out with looks like a syringe needle. I'm going, good Lord.
It just brings back that Freddie clip. Let's get high.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's got to be on there too.
Oh my God, I'll insert a clip of Freddie. With
it's perfect now that we've got that syringe. But if I look at the back of that thing, I'm trying to figure out what it is. What are they telling us?
So what they're telling us on here, for one, the strain is Blueberry Dream, which is going to be a good hybrid. I wonder if that's different than Blue Dream. Probably.
Man, have you ever met a blueberry that you didn't like, though?
No.
So, yeah, that's kind of going to be good.
Apothecary calls these their Ambrosia syringes, which I did some looking into that. I looked at their website. It seems as though that is just what they've coined their live resin line as. They
Okay.
call it their Ambrosia.
Wow, good
But
name.
The HTFSE part we found stands for high terpene full spectrum extract.
High
So
terpene.
that's what this would be considered. Its focus is on high terpenes, which makes sense because if you get a closer look at the package, they list the exact milligram of every single terpene that's in this syringe, that's in this strain.
And they're astounding.
Yeah, it is. And it's 51% THC. Total terpenes, it doesn't give the percentage, but it's 63.8 milligrams. So very clearly high terpene. Like
Very
that's
high.
a lot.
You know, that's one that's worth tasting.
It is. Because that's the whole thing with the high terpene is that it's maintaining more of the taste and more of the effect.
Yep.
Typically with syringes, they are ingested orally, or you can even use them as a topical, which they're going to be sticky, but they do work as a topical. Because once we get into RSO, like he used that for skin cancer.
Yes.
And that, with this one is honestly, it gives you a halfway mark.
Okay, so they don't really give you any little.
Oh my God. Normally on these, they'll give you, like on any other syringe,
Beep.
little tick marks,
Yeah.
all the way up that helps you dose it. This one literally just gives you a mark halfway through.
It's kind of like the
It's kind of
popcorn.
like a gamble.
Yeah.
51% THC in there,
I
so
don't-
your
now-
guess is as good as mine.
I don't know that I was always taught with RSO, which we'll get to, that you dose this about the size of a grain of rice.
Yes.
That's what I was always told.
That's what I
It's a
always
good
hear to
starting
start
point.
with.
Yeah.
Put it on the end of a toothpick and make it like the size of a grain of rice. And if you need more from there, grain of rice. Every single syringe is going to be a little bit different on the dosing. So
Well, especially
it's
with
gonna
no,
vary.
no lines on it either.
Right.
That's always a little bit of a deal.
yeah.
But so, other than just eating it, though,
Some people eat it straight up.
You don't mind if I try it?
Go for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a whirl, but I'm gonna try it plain just because I want to taste the terps. But I really want to put it on a banana. That's how that's how I do the other one. So hold on, we'll try that.
Yeah, we
Seriously.
hear some people say that they put it on a cracker, they'll put it on a banana, they'll put it on their toast and just kind of like mix it in with the butter. You can eat it in any way. I even saw some websites suggesting to mix it in with your drinks.
Yeah.
And we do have a cup of warm water here if you end up needing to warm it up any. That is a thing with syringes. A lot of the time you'll need to warm up the oil because that stuff in there is so thick that it'll get clogged up and not come out. But it kind of depends on what kind of oil it is.
Which for me, it may be for this kind of purpose or cooking or that sort of thing. Because RSO, if it's really real RSO, it is so tarry and thick, it's hard to get out of the syringe. I mean, it's tough. So, so I got a little piece of banana, and I'll show you here. But all I'm going to do is put about the size of a piece of rice, and we'll show you. All right, so that's what I'm thinking. That's like 6 pieces of rice.
I'm going to take a picture.
Yeah, do that because it's about 6 pieces of rice.
That's about 17 pieces of rice.
17 pieces of rice. I really liked her idea of the toothpick. It's a terpy banana. It tasted good.
Yay.
Way to go, Apothecary.
Yeah, thanks, Apothecary.
Now,
That's
what
good.
am I going to be expecting on this thing? It's
It does list all of the terpenes, so we do have this little nifty chart that we
Wow.
printed out here. But there's
Wow.
so many different terpenes in there that
their list is incredible.
Yeah.
This is really once people start getting this, and we talk about it every episode, that information on the back is going to basically tell you what you need to know. And a lot of times, I hate to
Exactly.
tell you this, your bud tenders may not know. And so,
yeah, sometimes we don't know.
Well, yeah. And we don't make it up either. We just say we flat don't know. But
And I think it varies on about how much time it will take
ooh, that's a good
to
point.
kick in.
That's a good point.
Whenever
too.
I've tried oil from a syringe in the past, I feel like it was close to an hour.
Yep. I think
Just pretty average time for it to set in.
just by itself, without the banana, it is certainly weedy, but it's a sweet weed. It's pure. It tastes like terps. So 30-40%
That's
terps.
awesome.
I really can't believe that.
I will have to give that a try.
Yeah, way to go, Apothecary. That's a good one.
Next, I think we should probably talk about the RSO, which you
Sure.
have some pretty good information on RSOs, but I did want to shout out to Sauceboys.
Sauceboys.
We just recently tried some of their pre-rolls that were great. It was that Polecat.
Polecat. Oh, if you
my
ever
God.
see a Polecat from these guys, that pre-roll, though, you and I shared about that first half of it, and the numbers were incredible. So, this actually should be pretty good.
Yeah, so this is just their full gram of RSO, which RSO stands for Rick Simpson Oil. He's the man that created it. That is what the RSO... Why am I dropping these syringes today?
And I'm sure it's not the garlic cocktail's fault at all. Your
Not
hands
at
are like
all.
completely numb.
So here's the Ambrosia again. It's, more of a golden color. And then here's the RSO. It is dark. It is almost a reddish, like holding it up to the light, it's almost a reddish color. It's pretty. It looks like it's going to be a lot thicker, though.
Yeah.
And it actually is very nice. It does have all of the individual tick marks on it with numbers by it that you can't really see because the oil's so dark. But if you shine a flashlight on it, it's like 0.2, milligrams or whatever.
So you got to get like a studio light, flash it on that thing.
You got to get
the guy's only purpose for developing this was pain control.
Yes.
That's it. And in our industry, this is really the pinnacle of pain control for us. I mean, or cancer patients, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Really bad bone-on-bone arthritis. A lot of them too will have pain, and so it interrupts your sleep, and so your sleep pattern's bad, and you just feel crappy all the time.
Yeah.
RSO, for me anyway, puts me to sleep.
One time I even got to try some, they're making more edibles with RSO now.
Yeah.
But there were some that came by our store that were lemon chocolate bars.
Oh,
So
Lordy.
good because they were like white chocolate, lemon flavored, and they were made with RSO.
Oh.
And they were fairly low dose, I think like 10 to 20 milligrams per square. But I'd take one of those before I went to sleep at night and literally woke up feeling like I was in a musical. Like the birds were singing, they were opening my curtains for me, like fluffing my pillows.
You woke up, you're a princess, if things ran.
Yeah, that's what I felt like though.
I am gonna remember that because I haven't slept that good in a long time.
Yeah.
The birds and stuff show up. But
yeah.
This one, unlike the other one we were just talking about, where I might put it in my coffee. We could do that with this, but I could also maybe use other things, cook with it, or this really is for pain and sleep. I mean, for the most part.
So they all display their testing a little bit differently. This one's testing at 69% THC, 0.22 on CBD, so that's good, and 4.9 on terps. So it doesn't list out all the like individual terpenes or anything because that's not really the point of RSO.
Right. And it's kind of nasty tasting.
It is a little bit gross.
Yeah,
it's just straight up weed.
Yeah, and it's
and
usually
like a little bit of bitterness from the solvents because typically RSO is made using alcohol or ethanol.
Yeah.
It is made under higher heat than like say the FECO or maybe the Ambrosia. They soak the flour that they're using. It's usually a hybrid mix. Sometimes you can find RSOs that are specific, but very rarely. It's usually hybrid. But they will soak the flour in whatever solvent they're using. And then once that's done soaking, they heat it up, at a higher temperature to get the RSO oil.
Get the black tar out.
Yeah, the black tar.
And honestly, this one is lighter than a lot of them I've seen. A lot of them you can't see through. They look like a microphone. So,
yeah. I think I'm going to give that one a shot because I have tried this other one that we're going to talk about, but I'm really interested to try this one.
Now,
not that I
how
super
do you
need
take
it today,
this
but
stuff? Because can I have another story about how to take RSO? I'm very interested in your way.
So I can't remember if I heard this from somebody else or if I just decided to do it, but I put my oil in a spoonful of peanut butter. I kind of like just put it in the middle and then just eat the peanut butter because I love a peanut butter spoon. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a big peanut butter person.
As long as I don't have cotton throat.
It really does mask the taste of the bitter oil.
RSO really is one of those things you need to take because you're hurting or you need to sleep. And I think a lot of times they just don't care if it tastes that bad, you know? But, hey, I'll tell you, peanut butter's a trick. Look at this.
Got me a little bowl of peanut butter. I think I might need to warm it up in my water first. So
here's a really good tip from the producer, too.
Yeah. A lot of the time, these oils are going to be too thick to get out of the
You're
syringe.
going to get way too much out by accident. It'll just shoot out. I mean,
yeah, because it'll clog
glob.
up. But they come with these very, very well sealed caps, so it's like waterproof and everything. Dunk it in some hot water. Like if your tap runs hot, just run it under there for a couple minutes. This, I just threw some hot water in this thermos mug thing, but I'm just gonna hold it in there for a couple minutes, let it kind of loosen up a bit, and then it'll be easier to get out of the syringe.
But this actually is a great idea because it will clump up on the end, and when you finally get it to come out, you're going to get, at least I got too much for me.
Yeah.
And then that stuff, trying to cut that up, you're hurting on that. So you just end up eating it. And
yeah, I honestly haven't really tried it any other way than with my peanut butter, just because I found that way and it worked for me and I liked it.
Yep.
But yeah, I hear a lot of people use it in very, very different ways.
Your idea made me think of shooting it right into a Reese's peanut butter cup.
Ooh.
Masking it with peanut. I mean, who doesn't like peanut butter? That's just all right.
Unfortunately, I know a lot of people that don't like peanut butter.
Well,
that just makes me
not on the show. They don't.
No. So I'm just gonna do the same thing. Do like a little kind of grain of rice amount. Okay, I feel like that's a fair.
You got to get your camera and take a picture of
Yeah.
that because it's kind of like if you all remember when we did the Diamond Dust, and she was saying, "I'm just putting a few flecks in." And,
Just like with the root beer last week.
oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. If you haven't seen episode 11, watching her put in the ice cream into our root beer float was just funny as hell.
You can barely even see it. It's so silly. Okay.
Okay, good. Because you're going to think, oh, that's hardly any. But
Boom. Now it's disappeared. You can't see it at all.
it's gone. Now, do we need to like give props to the peanut butter brand or anything?
I don't think Jif is going to sponsor us.
Jeff, okay. Jeff, we do like you, though. I'm not going to
my
make
mouth is just glued shut.
I'm not going to make her talk. I was going to ask you a question just to be a complete dick, and I thought, no, I'm not going to do that. Can you taste it very much? Okay, I did
cannot taste a thing other than peanut butter.
The greatest story I ever heard about RSO, because we ask everybody, how do you use that product? Tree sap's a great example. You hear the weirdest answers. Not that this is weird, it's just different. She had constant pain. So she got a piece of paper towel, made a long, thick line of RSO, folded the paper in half, and then treated it like chewing tobacco and put it between her cheek and gum.
Like a pouch?
Like a pouch, and left it in there all day. Made her own little skull pouch. Now, it had to be
That's
disgusting.
Not the worst idea I've ever heard.
No,
but
it's going to go all day, but that's going to taste like crap all day.
All day.
And her breath. RSO breath. I didn't even think of that till right now.
RSO breath. Not
like,
motor breath, but RSO breath.
No motor. It's like a second cousin to cotton throat. Is what that is. Yeah.
Whoa-wee.
Well, you're gonna like that.
Yeah, I think so.
When you're asleep in an hour.
Because last time I had an RSO like from a syringe, it was one of the longest lasting highs that I've experienced in quite some time.
Damn, I forgot about that. That's right. The RSO lasted a long time. I haven't taken any in a year, and I forgot. But I'm going to go to my favorite, I think.
We've already invested in 2 very great oils.
Very good
This
oils.
last one has been tried and true and so incredible to us. But it only feels right to, light up a fat one while we're talking about the
And
big
I am
guy.
all for it. What do you think? What do you think?
I have a surprise for us.
Good. I really need a surprise today.
So this week or last week, I guess now, we got a new shipment of dose pre-rolls in.
Dose
What would a
pre-rolls.
Smokin' and Jokin' episode be without a dose pre-roll?
Oh my gosh, Wild West.
Kush
Island,
Island. Last
yeah.
week, Einstein's Pipe.
Oh yeah, Einstein's Pipe was really good. I forgot about
So
it.
in this shipment, we got some more blunts in, and this one, Jack Harrer, was testing out at 6% terps.
That is the highest I've ever seen.
6. 47.4 on THC, absolutely beautiful.
Wow.
6% terps. And I'm glad I bought one because they were all gone in like 2 days.
Yeah, I bet they were too.
So it only seems right to fire this up while we talk about our last oil
Damn
investment.
right.
I mean, what is an oil investor without a fat cigar in their mouth?
That is infused with some of the best oil in the business in Oklahoma. I mean, Dose oil is very good. Full spectrum.
Absolutely. Oh, there's a little bit of cotton left on the tip. They put cotton in their blunts so they don't get,
Not inside,
around.
actually, but it was.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
That was so easy. I couldn't
It
resist
is
that.
in a king palm, as always. Beautiful.
Oh my God, this is great. Yeah, we got to do this. Well, it's only appropriate for something a blunt, right? I mean,
These lighters, my saint of a mother found. God bless her.
she is a saint.
And they work. So it only seems right to light a blunt with this lighter.
Which I did not believe it would work, and by golly, it did.
Watch this.
Watch this. Yeah, it's the biggest freaking lighter in the world. Dose is gonna love this. They need to have their logo on those. Damn, that's a good flame. God, there's nothing better than watching a Dose blunt
Look
get
at
lit
that.
up. Okay.
It lit it so quickly, too. Normally, you really have to,
This
kinda
is
work for
literally
it.
like a blunt lighter.
It's a blunt lighter. Merch idea.
Blunt lighter.
Giant blunt lighters.
I'm going to tell you, that is, well, and it worked great. In like 2 seconds, you had that thing perfectly lit. So,
I know. Normally, it takes me at least 10 seconds. This tastes fantastic.
And I guess, too, if somebody happened to be watching the episode and they just start at 12 and work backwards, and they haven't heard about Dose.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, because they
You'll
do have
learn
great
quickly.
oil. How about oil investors?
You will learn quickly. Dose does a great job with their oils. So it was only right that we featured them. And it's a blunt. I mean, it's so fitting.
It doesn't have any, it's not busty at all. It doesn't have any.
It's not busty.
I feel it where it tastes good, but no, I like that 6% terps though. It's the sweetness. That's that sweetness right there
Yeah. Ooh, nice.
too. Hey, that was really good. So, all right, so you make these oils, and they're different uses. They all have different names, but one that you and I've just traditionally had a lot of luck with is called FECO
Full extract cannabis oil.
extract. That's the one.
Full extract. So FECO is very similar in use and, well,
Yeah.
use
Yeah,
to
it is.
the other two. This one is made by Chef Joey's, or Delta Oil Co. is kind of like their oil line.
Oil line,
but
Chef
it's-
Joey's, yeah.
Chef Joey is awesome.
And his son's cool too.
And this is the peanut butter breath strain, so it's going to be a good indica hybrid.
Mm.
It's testing out at 647 milligrams of THC. That's the difference with Delta Oil is they don't Delta Oil Co. Sorry, they don't put the percentage of THC; they put the milligram. But it's got 18.2% or 2 milligrams of CBG. 18.2 of CBG.
Really happy.
69% cannabinoids and 2.5% terps.
That's, you know what, for that kind of indica, that's gonna be happy. That's gonna be happy and relaxed.
And that is the main effect I get from this.
Is
Do you
it?
mind opening that
Oh,
for
not
me?
at all.
It is extremely euphoric and gives you a really good, like, fuzzy, full body high without being too sleepy, but it's just happy.
And this is really the one. This is the the product that we know more people cook with incredible results.
Yes.
This FECO is just really good for that. So,
and if you look up Chef Joey on YouTube, he has a few videos. I think it's like 3 videos on his YouTube page, but a couple of them are him cooking with it. And it's so cool to see the things that he comes up with because he is an actual chef. Like he was making such cool stuff. He made mac and cheese. He made a coleslaw. He made a slider. And he's made sweets too.
A bison slider with his oil. I had forgotten how dark that oil is.
That one is the darkest of them all.
It is the darkest of all.
And extraordinarily thick.
Yeah.
Very, very thick.
Very, very, very thick. This is a good one with your trick there. But, with this, though, it's so easy to dose for me because I got those milligrams. So I know if I'm making a sheet of brownies and there's going to be 10 brownies, they're going to be 64 milligrams each, right? Mm-hmm. Pretty easy.
Easy. And that one does have all the little tick marks on it, so you actually know.
Thank you, Joey, Chef Joey. It does help because we, like your videos, we were just going to go ahead and just squirt the whole thing in there because that's what he does on his videos. That's what he does in
every video.
Don't worry about dosing, squirt it on in.
Just put it all in there.
And I love the fact that it's strain specific. Man, you got to buy the indica you wanted. And some of the sativas that we saw were perfect for cooking.
A lot of them are like the classics too, because they've had Pineapple Express, they've had Blue Dream.
The Blue Dream they said was very, very good.
Yeah, it was another indica that was like almost a pure indica, but I can't remember what it was. It was another one of those that's been around for a while though. This is hitting me, and it's good.
It's very, very good. The taste is great though. There's no hiding that pre-roll right there because it will hit you right in the mouth. It's the Joker. It's the Joker smile times 10.
I feel like it's giving me like the the raised eyebrows thing, which
that's
maybe
not
that's just in my
marks.
head.
That's
but
the Groucho marks. Yeah. I don't know. How old is that dude? Man, was he 112? I don't know.
I don't know. All that matters are his eyebrows.
Me.
Oh.
They're going, who the hell is Groucho Marx?
And I was thinking about Groucho Marx. How old is he? I don't know.
I'm moderately sure that he passed.
Yeah, I did use the past tense, but that's okay.
Okay, because in my time travel, I heard...
Do you want any more of this?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I'm... Whoa!
Hey, what episode was it?
We had an accident.
It was Stop, Drop, and Roll.
Oh, yeah.
Stop, Drop, and Roll episode.
I think the cherry did fall out of it, though.
It did, and you know what's funny about that? You dropped the syringes, and I just flat ass dropped that joint, or that blunt. It's got to be one of those flowers. I got you, because I don't think the syringe is there yet.
I think it's the garlic cocktail. It's making me too spicy dank.
That was the other thing about that. Okay, you gotta use that. I mean, you gotta use that. It's just I forget that one. That flower lasted a long time.
It did.
I think this just kicked it back in, too.
I think it did.
I don't know how much money they're going to make investing in oil like this, but my God. And I'm sorry we didn't have time to have the fracking.
Twitching again.
There are certain flowers now, please understand, it's not any sort of stroke that she's having. It's
the most minuscule twitch, but if you zoom in to max zoom,
you do that?
You can see my left eye will not stop twitching. I'm probably doing the blinking thing.
Oh, I did that on an episode. I did that the whole episode. Yeah. God dang.
Whoever can go back to the episode and count how many times Steve blinks.
You're going to get something cool.
I don't know.
I don't know what it would be. We are going to have to give away at some point, though, like a glass tip. You know how many people are saying, you guys, those glass tips are awesome. Where do you get it? Well, we're going to have to get some out, I guess, at some point. Yeah,
ours just happen upon us. Like
they did, too, completely by accident.
They just, fall in our lap. And that is, thanks to the universe, but... Oh yeah, you brought this fancy little Chuck Norris water.
Well, I thought I'd go out with this one because
Isn't he from Oklahoma?
No, this actually came from our artist Nancy.
Nancy,
and listen, I I knew who Chuck Norris was, obviously, but my only real reference to Chuck Norris is the Dodgeball movie. And when Chuck Norris had to vote whether they were going to go to the finals, and it's just that, thank you, Chuck Norris. And so I just love that. So she showed us this, and it's a pure artesian water that's actually balanced, but the great force is the C force. And I wanted to make sure that I go out with that because I'd like to leave the studio. I'm going to fire up some C force here pretty quick.
I love that it's just water, but it's C force.
Chuck Norris.
It'll make you. What is Chuck Norris known for other than like
Karate?
fighting bears and stuff?
Karate, I think.
Yeah.
Being a Texas Ranger. Yeah, and C force. That's it.
C force.
Anyway, thanks for that one. That was really good.
Yes, that was really good.
I think we covered the oil business pretty well. The fracking expert couldn't make it.
Yeah. It is what it is. We'll get them next time. Well, I tell you what, guys, it's been a fun one. If you find any other good oils to invest in or that we should invest in, let us know.
Yes.
Because these three have treated us very, very well.
Yeah.
And we'll let you know how they go today.
Here in probably another 15, 20 minutes, I think we'll probably know. I may actually be doing it now, but there's no way to tell.
There's absolutely no way to tell. I'm feeling extremely elevated, but it could be any number of things.
It sure could be.
Any number of things.
I did have fun. Stormy was cool today.
Stormy was cool.
Just kind of hung out with us. So
she's chilling.
We appreciate you. My friend, I will see you next week. Have a great one.
Episode 12.
Peace out. Thanks.
Bye.
Thanks for joining our time travel this week. If you have any questions, comments, or requests, you can reach us on Instagram and Twitter at SNJPodShow, email us at smokinandjokinpodshow@gmail.com, or watch our videos and exclusive content on YouTube and WeedTube at Smokin' and Jokin' Pod Show. As always, details on featured products and links to our social media will be in the description. Everyone stay cool, stay medicated, and we'll see you next week on Smokin' and Jokin'.
Welcome to LA, brother.
What if he liked it and flew in your mouth?